Good morning 6SH and welcome to Thursday's English lesson. We're going to start off just like we have done the last couple of days with the reading activity, which you'll find on the website. There's a mixture here of some retrieval skills and some interpret skills where I want you to find pieces of evidence within this text. So find the reading activity on the website and have a go at it. Super, right. Next, we're going to move on from your letter writing that you did yesterday, where you finished up writing about your journey on the train. We're going to move on to our final two detailed paragraphs and end with a conclusion to our letter. I want us to move on to thinking about your arrival at your location and being picked or billeted, as it was known, by a new host family. After that paragraph, I want you to write a paragraph about that new host family and your new home. How welcoming was it? Was it a nice place to be, or were you made to feel like an outsider? Finally, we're going to think about a conclusion and how we'd end our letter to our parents. The skill I want to focus on today is something that we call time adverbials. They're a way of using a sentence opening to give the reader an idea of time. They're important in moving the action on in your writing, and they link sections together as well to help your writing really flow in that kind of mature style. So there's some examples here I've got underneath this board. First of all, here we go. Early in the morning, I've got the time adverbial there written in blue. I packed my suitcase and walked to the station. You'll notice here that the time adverbial, because it's a different clause, is separated with a comma there to make sure the reader knows where to pause. Another example. After waiting for an hour, there's the comma, our train was finally ready to depart. Two more examples. Not long later, we'd left the city and were hurtling through the countryside. As the hours passed, the nerves began to grow in my tummy. They're really important. We're moving away from those simple kind of time adverbials such as next, then, trying to push ourselves to something a bit more ambitious like these examples here. I've written a sentence here at the bottom that has no sentence opener. We stepped off the train onto the platform of the tiny deserted station. You have a go now. Pause the video. See if you could think of a good time adverbial that you could use to open this sentence. Don't forget that you'll need a comma, and obviously this capital W will need to turn into a lowercase w. Excellent. Okay, so I want you to move on now to writing the rest of your letter, using your plan to guide you with your ideas that you had. I want you to focus on the two skills that we've talked about this week. Try and still use those examples of parenthesis, but now I want you to really think about those adverbials of time as well. Okay? Here is a little example of an arrival section of your letter. I've put the examples I've used of time adverbials in red, my examples of parenthesis in blue. I want you to read the examples. I'll show you over the next couple of slides. By all means, you can take ideas from them and use them in your own independent writing, but I want it to be your words. So take ideas, don't copy exactly. You can pause the video, have a read of this section. Here's an example of the beginning of a paragraph about your new home and new host family. Again, I've shown you some different examples of parenthesis and time adverbials. I haven't finished this paragraph because I don't want to give too much away. So just there again, you can pause the video and use this for ideas. Once you've written those final two detailed paragraphs, we need to think about a way of concluding our letter. Talking to your parents about what you're hoping for the rest of the war and the rest of your stay at your new host family, and what you'd like to say to them in way of a farewell. Then we'd end our letter with a sign off to our parents as well. It's unlikely that we're going to write something like yours sincerely to our parents, isn't it? That's too formal. So think of a way that you might end your letter. Finally, I've included a word bank of some time adverbials that you might like to use. These are also available as a document on the website that you can download. These are some that you might want to pick out and use within your writing. Please do use them. And remember, because that word bank's there, try and be really careful with those spellings as well. So have a go. See if you can finish off your letter. See if you can remember those 2 skills that I want you to try and show. Examples of parenthesis and time adverbials. The punctuation for these 2 skills is going to be vital. Commas for those time adverbial openers, and either pairs of commas, dashes or brackets for your parenthesis. Please send me what you finish up with. I'm really looking forward to reading what you've done.